Hello everybody, this is Shane Lee. I just went to this website and I found out it's called learningradiology.com, and I'm looking at hyperflexion injuries, locked facets. Now, normal anatomy, posterior ligamentous complex, supraspinous ligament, interspinous ligament, posterior longitudinal ligament, capsule of the facet joint, normal relationship of facets. Ligamentous injuries. Mechanism is flexion distraction. Injury is to the posterior spinal ligamentous complex. Unstable in flexion, stable in extension. If unrecognizable, can lead to progressive neurological damage, imaging finding, widening of the interspinous distance, slight anterior subluxation of one vertebral body on another, widening of the facet joints, usually the posterior aspect, disc space narrower anterior than posterior. Sharp angle kyphosis, degree of ligamentous injury, subluxation of vertebral body, perched facet, locked facet, at least 50% subluxation, unilateral lock facet. Mechanism is flexion, distraction, and rotation. Only 30% associated with neurological defects. Most often occurs at C-4 to 5 and C-6. Interior articular facet of superior vertebral body is locked in front of the superior facet of the more inferior vertebral body, but only on one side. Imaging finding, subdural site anterior subluxation of one vertebral body on the one below, usually less than 25% of the width. On lateral view of cervical spine, some bodies appear true lateral below level of injury and oblique above level of injury. Bow tie sign, spinous process do not align on frontal film. Spinous process of inferior vertebra displaced towards the locked side. Bilateral facet dislocation, cervical flexion injury. Both anterior and posterior ligamentation structures are disrupted at site of injury. More superior vertebra subluxes forward by 50% or more of the body below. Usually occurs in the lower cervical spine. Now, my spinal cord injury occurred at the C-3, my lock facet. May have associated fracture of the larynx and vertebral arch. Quadriplegia frequently develops if there is a fracture through posterior elements, less chance of neurological injury as cord can decompress. 85 neurological deficits with locked facets. So, if there is a fracture through the posterior elements, less chance of neurological injury as cord can decompress. But if it my injury would have been vertical or diagonal, or what is it? Horizontal. I'm sorry. Because when I hit the windshield of the car, it cracked my skull from here to here and pinched my neck back at a greater than 45-degree angle. Now that's what locked the facet at C3. Now on the fracture would have been horizontal straight across. That should have compressed the spinal cord, right? Yeah. But for some reason, I got up in less than a day. Now, I attribute it to my faith in Jesus Christ. That's all I can say happened, because I didn't do a damn thing but have the accident and wake up in the hospital and get up out of bed the next morning. That's all I did. I didn't do nothing to had earlier accepted Jesus Christ as my Savior, and had the dream and was told that I could be one of the two witnesses. That's all that had occurred as far as I know. And so that's all I can really say that occurred before this accident happened. But since my injury would have been horizontal, that would have compressed the spinal cord, so I should have been a quadriplegic from the C3 on down. The C3 is a lot thinner than 4, 5, or 6, or 7. And if I had an injury, a locked facet at the C3, that should have paralyzed me, but didn't. So again, I'm saying miracle, though I didn't know about it.